Thank you so much for joining us at our 4th annual Built Environment Apprenticeship Awards. And a very special welcome to all of those of you who are joining us by live stream, as well as to those of you in the room. Once again, I'm absolutely honoured. I was remarking earlier about how much it's developed since the first one we ran 4 years ago. And it's a fabulous opportunity to celebrate the achievements of not only absolutely brilliant apprentices, but their equally brilliant employers. We always maintain that we need a successful partnership that's three-way in the apprentice, the client, and the university. And of course, we wouldn't be here tonight and we wouldn't be celebrating anything without the huge amount of hard work and dedication that everybody in this room and outside of this room has done to make our program so successful. Actually, this year marks essentially the 10th anniversary since the first university to launch a surveying apprenticeship. And when the levy came into force 2 years later, we acted quickly to meet the escalating demand for degree apprenticeships. And the results show in our numbers today. In 2010, 155 trailblazing apprentices joined our first cohort. Some 10 years later, we are now at over 2,300 apprentices across 8 programs. And our clients include all of the top 10 property firms in the UK. According to the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors, we deliver over half of the surveying apprenticeships in England, making us bigger than all of the other providers put together. It's not written in my script, but I'd also argue it makes us better. We take enormous pride in working with our clients to equip our apprentices with the skills, the knowledge, and the behaviours they need to thrive in our rapidly evolving sector. We're also working closely with all of our clients to ensure that our diverse portfolio of programs reflects the growing and emerging needs of the sector. And so perhaps we should think a little bit about what those might look like in the years ahead. I'm sure that most of us would agree that sustainability is the biggest challenge facing our industry. And for that reason, is very much at the heart of what we do at UCEM. It's been an absolute pleasure to witness the success of our latest pathway, the Sustainable Business Specialist Apprenticeship, which is an innovative level 7 apprenticeship, which we created to meet the growing demand amongst our clients for sustainability expertise and, importantly, leadership. It's designed to upskill apprentices in critical thinking and equip them with the skills to collaborate on the implementation of long-term organizational sustainability strategies. As things stand, it's the only level 7 apprenticeship that specializes in sustainability within the context of the built environment. Just one of the many examples of our attempt to lead our industry with a portfolio of programs that we really think are fit for the future. Sustainability isn't the only challenge facing our sector, of course. The rise of artificial intelligence, the rapid move towards urbanization and population growth will all continue to impact the built environment for the foreseeable future. And those of you that have followed along domestically with the news over the last few weeks will know that at home, it's no different either. The current government's ambitions to build 1.5 million homes, new reservoirs, new runways, building the Oxford-Cambridge arc, and so it goes on, means that there is an enormous amount for us all to do to make sure that the built environment industry, everything that we know the government and others would like to see. And knowing that that's what the industry needs, we need to make sure that we continue to supply a pipeline of the future thinkers and doers who can really make sure that our industry succeeds in the future. We hope we're shaping the next generations of professionals in our field. And to do that, we need fresh faces. We need new ideas. We need different ways of thinking. And I'm pretty certain that our apprentices offer all of these attributes in spades. Of course, that's why we're here tonight, honouring our brightest and best apprentices during National Apprenticeship Week. And it feels like the perfect way to highlight the essential contribution of all of our apprentices and employers throughout our sector. I'm sure you're all eager to find out who tonight's winners are, but just before we do that, it's my honour to welcome Peter McRae. Peter is our new chair of our Board of Trustees. He's been in the job for about 2 weeks. And of course, he's delighted that one of his first engagements is to award all of the prizes to all of our winners this evening. Peter's well known to UCM, by the way. He's been an honorary fellow since 2020 and a trustee since 2024. So welcome, Peter. And in a moment, I'll invite you up this evening's awards. But before we do all of that, we thought this was hugely successful last year, so I'm going to invite 3 of our guests to join me up on stage for a short panel conversation to give you some real-world examples of their experiences from all different sides of apprenticeship. So please, could I welcome to the stage Mark, Mary, Felicia, and Joe. Okay, thanks so much. I need to stand here, otherwise you won't be able to hear me. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be Paxman or one of the other hosts this evening. I have promised to keep it light. Just before we get into sort of a bit of a Q&A and a bit of a discussion, could I just ask you all briefly to introduce yourselves so everybody knows who you are? And Mark especially, if you could keep it in under an hour, that'd be great. Okay, Joe, do you want to go first? Have you got a microphone? Yeah.
Thank you. Hi, Jo German. I work for Cambridgeshire County Council and I'm on the apprenticeship for the MSc Masters in Construction Management. Thank you.
Great. Lovely to meet you, Joe. Mark?
Hi, everyone. I'm Mark Windsor. I am a Talent and Development Manager at Lambert Smith Hampton.
Thank you, Mark.
Hi everyone, my name is Mary Felicia and I'm a third year apprentice at CBRE and I'm on the real estate management pathway with UCEM.
Great. Wonderful. If I'd known that just an introduction would get a round of applause, I'd have done that. Right. Mark, I'm going to address my first question to you, but I'm very keen for others, to chip in as you see fit. So just tell me a little bit more about how you found yourself in the job that you do. I want to help everybody understand a bit more about what you do, and more importantly, what makes you stay.
So I'm not a surveyor. It's probably the first thing I should point out. But I hopefully help people to become surveyors. That's what my role is. Talent and development manager. My role is mainly a learning and development role. I work in an HR team, but I focus on bringing people through. And a big part of what I do is looking after the early careers program. So our graduate scheme, placement years, work experience, and obviously very importantly, apprenticeships. I, like many people in my area, kind of fell into it. I rolled out of university. I needed a job. I worked for a property insurance company to start off with. It was a very fast growing firm. They decided that they needed a training course, and I was volunteered to help set that up and deliver it. So I started off actually training. I was a trainer, discovered I really loved that. I loved standing up in front of people and helping them to do their job. And it's really just kind of snowballed from there over the years, and been at LSH 10 years now. So been doing it a while.
And you're doing a brilliant job there.
Thank you.
We know that. Just Mary, Felicia and Joe, have you got a mark?
Well, I've got one sat next to me, but we've got many people in the organisation that are inspirational and provide a lot of support to us as we kind of go through the journey of an apprenticeship. So yes,
it's an essential part.
Absolutely.
That whole model. Yeah. Very good. Right, let's keep going. Mary, Felicia, you're next up. You joined CBRE as an apprentice straight from school, and now a few years into your studies, and you've just been telling me, you really are making remarkable progress. But beyond doing your day job and studying for your degree, you're also actively involved in a wide range of activities outside of work. Can you just share with our audience a bit more about some of the things you're involved with, and then what motivates you to do them?
So one of the things that I've been doing since I started the apprenticeship is sharing my journey online, primarily on my TikTok platform, and just trying to inspire the next generation of people in the built environment and just create awareness on the opportunities that there are for the apprenticeship program and entry into the built environment space. And that's been doing really well. Managed to hit 15,000 followers the other day. Thank you so much. And what motivated me to do that was really because when I was applying for apprenticeships within my sixth form personally, a lot of the time they'd motivate us to just go to university, and that was the one pathway that they would push us to go towards. And once I did find out about apprenticeships specifically within the built environment and the real estate pathway, I was like, that's absolutely what I wanted to do. But I understand that finding that opportunity wasn't so easy for me, so I wanted to then make that a lot more easier for others that aspire the same thing that I did.
Well, keep going. I mean, we're amazingly proud of the work that you're doing, and in fact everybody here that's on the apprenticeship route has, I think, the same opportunity to inspire the next generation of apprentices, because if nothing else, we need as many as we can get. This sector is desperate for talent, and this is a fabulous route to bring that talent in that perhaps is not as typical as some of the more traditional routes. Mark, you and I were talking about this. You've seen some fantastic changes in the way people perceive apprenticeships. Would you like to just share?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm going out as many of my equivalents are now in the business, going out to secondary schools, and we're hitting year 12 typically is the sweet spot, and that's probably, Mary, Felicia, your kind of some of your audience as well. Yeah. Because that's the point where we can talk to them and say, are you aware of these, this amazing profession that exists out there? And they just don't know. They just don't know, because the career advisors don't really know. There's the assumption, the classic assumption that, you're just a posh sort of estate agent, or, you're in construction. So it's just debunking those myths and just opening the eyes of these students at secondary school before they make that crucial career choice, and saying there is an alternative to university. You may not want to go to uni, you might not be able to afford to go to uni, but here's a real viable alternative to do that. And you can see, you know, the eyes lighting up. And if we can just plant that seed in the minds of these youngsters and say, yeah, here is this career. And it's more and more I'm being asked to talk about apprenticeships.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? We're seeing a real, I think, shift in momentum, and you know, clearly the work that everybody's done over the last few years to get to where we are is really paying off. Joe, you're a fantastic example of a non-typical apprentice.
Always
Congratulations,
non-typical.
by the way, on your recent graduation.
Thank you.
You know, fantastic to see that outcome. You chose to pursue an apprenticeship, if we're allowed to say, a bit later in life than might be typical. But what led you to that decision, and how did that opportunity come about for you?
So I work with schools. I've always done kind of community development. I'm trained as a graphic designer, illustrator, but I went into kind of working with people. And the job I currently do, I've been in 15 years, and the difference we make for children and young people, both through the design of buildings and ensuring buildings are well maintained, and also through working with the construction companies who then inspire young apprentices, which has been phenomenal. And why I kind of approached my organisation was that I said, actually, I want to be able to go and help more with our schools. I want to be able to say to some of the head teachers, actually, the reason why your roof is leaking is the sarking felt and the battens and those things that colleagues of mine know so much about, and I didn't feel I knew anything about it at all. All I know is how to talk to people, and I like people lots. But I also wanted to understand contract management, and I also wanted to understand the legal side of things. And through the whole apprenticeship and the masters, I've had some very inspiring tutors who have been awesome. And although we're not allowed to talk to them, I did make sure that I kind of went into the chat regularly, because I always feel like the online experiences, it's interesting and it's different, but I want to engage, and I think that's really important. Has that answered your question?
No, it's a brilliant answer. I think more and more what we're beginning to appreciate is just the diversity of apprentices that come through the system, and it is what our industry needs. You know, there's no question about
and
that.
I want to inspire others. So actually, I've been talking to colleagues of mine about going down this route as well.
Yeah.
So, and I think I spoke to you earlier, didn't I? That one of the light bulb moments for me was that I always struggle with written words. I can write, I can talk to people, but this is the written language. And so it was the dyslexia. I kind of said, I think I've got dyslexia, and UCEM's helped me to kind of discover that and use it as a superpower and find new ways to kind of break through, because the assignments would be very stressful. Anyway, I'll stop talking.
We're extraordinarily proud of the work that we do to support all of our students that have challenges along the way. So, you know, your story is really, really compelling. Well done. I'm probably going to get the wind-up signal, and I've probably already gone massively over time. So why don't we sort of try and wrap up with just some thoughts from each of you about what you see as some of the biggest challenges ahead of you, what you see as perhaps your biggest accomplishment within all of your respective apprenticeship journeys. So just challenge and accomplishment. Who wants to go first? Mary, Felicia, are you ready?
Okay. I guess one of my biggest accomplishments would definitely be starting the platform and having that really great reach of aspiring individuals. And also I've been doing mentoring, and some of my mentees have successfully also had apprenticeship places as well with some leading firms, and also now some are going through to the assessment centre stages for this year's intake, and that's definitely an accomplishment. Also with me, I'm on the residential pathway for my apprenticeship programme, so I've managed to work with really awesome residential properties, and I'm in the private clients team now with CBRE, so being able to work with really great clients is definitely an accomplishment of mine.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Really brilliant answer. Mark, how about you?
For me, so it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier and touches on what Mary Felicia says, that it's about that the challenge is getting out. We can't get out into secondary schools and state secondary schools quick enough to be able to, you know, tell them about apprenticeships, to tell them about this profession that pays well and, you know, it's a proper career. You you know, we're all trying to do our bit, either sort of collectively as an industry, but also individually. So that I think, you know, we're getting there, and the stone is rolling, but, you know, it needs more momentum. So to carry on doing that. Accomplishments for me, every apprentice, say, now been at LSH 10 years, probably started properly with apprenticeships about 8 years ago, you know, when the levy came in and we started doing it. And to every apprentice that I now see that we hired coming 5 years later, coming through that journey, passing their APC, you know, becoming qualified and chartered and developing a career, every one of those is an accomplishment, and you know, long may it continue.
Absolutely right. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Mark. And Jo?
Briefly, because I know we have to move on. So my accomplishment was to attending the Masters ceremony and getting my Masters. Thank you. And then for me, it's the APC next. So that's what I'm working towards. Oh, right. Stop.
You're not the first person to say that about the APC, but anyway.
Could I say one more thing?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
One thing that I do hope for, though, is that I think just understanding about real estate should be something that's accessed from very early on. Mm-hmm. And I would love for real estate to potentially be a GCSE subject, as it's something that affects all of us in our daily lives. We work in real estate, we live in real estate, we go and enjoy ourselves in real estate. So why don't GCSE students and young people get to have the opportunity to learn about it from young?
And I'm smiling because I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, it's absolutely essential. And if we can find a model to get some low base general skills into secondary school, I think our whole industry would benefit perfectly, even if you don't work in that industry, as you've rightly said. So we'll continue to lobby for that. We think it's really important, and we'd love to see that happen. So thank you very much. Look, could you please join me in thanking our three panelists, Mary, Felicia, Mark, and Jo? Thank you so much. I mean, that was a brilliant conversation. I wish we had more time for it. We don't, of course, because if we did, we'd be getting in the way of the main reason that we're here this evening. So it is now time to announce the winners of the UCEM Built Environment Apprenticeship Awards for 2025. As we've already said, we're holding this event to recognise the success not just of our apprentices, but also their employers. And it's a great opportunity to recognise the UCM staff who work so hard behind the scenes to make all of this happen. It may be our fourth year of doing this, but I can honestly say the judging doesn't get any easier. In fact, it probably gets harder. We had a prolific number of nominations this year, and of course, they're all good. You know, all of them really deserve recognition. But just before we get into the awards, could I ask you to join me in thanking our judging panel, some of whom are here tonight. So Kim, Sue, Roy, and Chris, thank you so much for all of your help. What you may not know is that the judging process involves a rigorous approach of looking at all of the submissions and anonymizing them. So as a judging panel, we have no idea of who the individuals are or what firms they work for. And so we're judging all of the outcomes completely blind, which I think is a really healthy way to undertake that process. It's been just as difficult, frankly, this year to choose between the excellent nominees and to choose the winners. But sadly, for those that are not nominated and haven't won, it is something we have to do. Just before I announce the first of our winners, please can you give a round of applause and welcome our new chair, Peter McRae, OBE. Okay, and so to the first of our winners. Our first group of awards is the Employer Representative category, which recognises employers in three categories: small and medium enterprise, the public sector, and large organisations. Nominees for these awards are individuals from organisations with learners enrolled at UCEM who've demonstrated exceptional levels of support for their apprentices, whether on a one-to-one basis or by overseeing an outstanding apprenticeship programme. Shortlisted nominees in the employer representative for the public sector category are, and you can applaud these as they come out if you like. The first is Fiona Tudor of the Valuation Office Agency. The second shortlisted nominee is Anna Madden from Cornwall Council. And the third shortlisted nominee is Angie Leggett from the Valuation Office Agency. I'm going to keep you all in suspense a little bit by reading out the next category of shortlisted nominees, which is in the employer representative for small and medium enterprise. The first shortlisted nominee is Anna Barley from Thomas Sindon. The next shortlisted nominee is Philippa Brown from XEJAIR. And the third and final shortlisted nominee is Philip Castagnet from Salusay. And in the third category, which is employer representative large employer, the shortlisted nominees are Francesca Andrews from CBRE, Serena Phillips from Savills, and Emma Simpson, formerly of ISG. Okay, and so now to the winners. And the first one is in the public sector category. And this is what just one of the nominators said about this individual. She's hugely organised, never shying away from challenging conversations, and supportive of all apprentices, line managers, and UCM too. She has an excellent work ethic and never misses a trick. Congratulations to Angie Leggett from the VOA. Okay, our next winner is from the SME category, and this is what one of those that nominated this person said. This person and the wider team stands out as an exemplary apprenticeship employer due to their unwavering dedication to create meaningful opportunities for apprentices and their commitment to high quality training. This person supports all of their apprentices at every stage of their journey. My congratulations go to our winner, Philippa Brown from XEJAIR. Now, unfortunately, Philippa can't be with us this evening. She is expecting a baby quite imminently, and so she's elected to stay at home, but she is on the live stream. So somehow we need to make sure that we congratulate her across the live stream. So Philippa, many congratulations. Well done. And of course, we'll be sure to send your award along very shortly. And then certainly not least, but last in our employer category is the large employer. And this is what was said about our winner. She knows each of her apprentices personally and engages with them regularly to ensure that they are happy and engage with their studies and also their job roles. She provides first-class support and is continually looking at ways to support and improve their experience and to ensure it is aligned with business needs and requirements. She's an asset to her company and we are very lucky to have her. Our winner in this category is Francesca Andrews. Well done. You know, cheering's completely allowed, by the way, and arguably encouraged. So don't hold back. Right, now we'll move on to the first of our apprentice categories for the Apprentice of the Year. This award category is for a current UCM apprentice in the second year or above, who's made an outstanding contribution during their apprenticeship, either through their academic excellence in their degree or significant contribution in their workplace. There are two categories, the first of which is our undergraduate category, and nominated and shortlisted are Kadra Abdi from CBRE, Taran Barard from Arcadis, Courtney Sowersby from EYG, and Alice Taylor from Ward Williams. In our other Apprentice of the Year category for postgraduate, our shortlisted nominees are, first of all, Rachel Harwood from East Liddsey District Council, Katie Roberts from JLL, and Jennifer Willis from the Valuation Office Agency. So I did say earlier that judging had been extraordinarily difficult, and we really struggled in this category to pick just one winner. So we decided we'd do two. So we've decided that this year we will be awarding two winners in our undergraduate Apprentice of the Year. And this is what was said about our first winner. This person is able to hold themselves brilliantly in front of clients at all levels, goes above and beyond in terms of delivering their work, and shows initiative beyond any trainee I have any experience of working with. Furthermore, they have received incredible feedback from clients and consultants, demonstrating an emotional intelligence well beyond their years and beyond a very large proportion of seasoned professionals. This is an undergraduate in year 2. It's extraordinary. And our first winner in this category is Alice Taylor. And our second winner in this category was described as exemplifying the spirit of innovation and dedication, recognizing the critical need for improved social mobility in the workplace. This person took the to chair their company's social mobility network. Under this person's leadership, the network recently hosted its inaugural Business Insights event, attracting over 90 enthusiastic students eager to learn and connect with industry professionals. Our second winner in this category is Kadra Abdi. Well done. Okay, and in the Apprentice of the Year postgraduate category, this is what was said about our winner. Balancing studying and working full-time with being a mother of 2 young children, this individual displayed a show of persistence worthy of recognition, much wider than their own office. They demonstrate an exceptional level of autonomy that is rarely witnessed, really taking responsibility for their own development. They are continuously eager to support other apprentices to succeed. And our winner in this category is Jennifer Willis. Well done. Our next category is our Rising Star Award, which really recognises apprentices who've made their mark, typically by going above and beyond in the workplace or making significant achievements in their studies. Our shortlisted nominees for the Rising Star Award are Christopher Allen from the Ministry of Defence, Karida Motondo from Hollis Global, and Toby Vowles from Ryder Levitt Bucknell. This is what was said about our winner. They have stepped over and above in their roles, solidifying themselves as a key member of the team, demonstrating the values of the company and the university, with plans to accomplish much more. They approach every element of their work with a positive attitude, taking ownership for tasks from start to finish. They're a real asset to the team, with a hugely promising future ahead of them. And the winner of the Rising Star Award is Christopher Allen. Well done, Christopher. Our next category is for UCEM staff member. And this category is to recognise the contributions of our exceptional staff. And I really don't say this lightly, it's true. If it were up to me, we'd give an award to every single one of them. You know, I can't tell you the passion and the hard work and the dedication that they all put in to make sure that the programs that we offer really are of the quality that you all deserve. So, you know, from me to all of them, you know, congratulations and thank you for everything that you do. The nominations for this are really about going above and beyond and supporting our apprentices and employers in a way that perhaps we're not asking them to do, but they choose to do. Our shortlisted nominees for UCEM staff member are, first of all, Rebecca Bickerton. Secondly, Meryl Bonser. And thirdly, Charlotte Thackeray. I should say our winner was nominated many multiples of times with submissions like these. She's an extraordinary asset to the university, enjoyable to work with, and the reason UCEM is our preferred surveying apprenticeship provider. She's been our account manager for a long time now, and over the years I've known her, her dedication to UCEM and to the clients and her care has never wavered. The winner of the UCEM Staff Member Award is Meryl Bonser. Now, I'm really sorry to say that for personal reasons, Meryl isn't able to join us in person this evening. I really wish that she were, because I think she would hugely appreciate how much you've all appreciated her hard work. But because she's not here, her colleague Martin Corley is here to accept the award on her behalf. Okay, so for those of you with trains to catch, don't panic. We're now into our final two award categories. And neither of these are open to public submissions. These are awards that we choose. The first is the Academic Excellence Award, which recognises this year 2 apprentices who have performed a consistently high standard in their academic work. Both of these winners, on average, received the highest grades in their first year. It's a phenomenal achievement. I'm pleased to announce that the Undergraduate Academic Excellence Award goes to Millie Lockyer. And our postgraduate award for academic excellence goes to John Bell. Well done, John. And our final award tonight is the Vice-Chancellor's Choice Award. I have the honour of awarding this to an apprentice who demonstrates all of our own institutional core values: passion, excellence, integrity, and support. This person was nominated for other awards no less than 8 times, with comments like, he's exceptionally diligent, driven on a day-to-day basis, and consistently closes business across the UK with the work delivered to an extremely high standard, all done with a smile and a positive mindset and attitude. There's never a bad day when he's in the office. It's my great pleasure to present the award to Dante Francois. Come on.
Wait. There we go. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dante. And by the way, if you ever want to come and work in our office, you're very welcome. Look, huge congratulations and thank you to all of our winners and all of our shortlisted nominees. And I also need to thank everybody that submitted a nomination. You know, this wouldn't be successful without you. So, you know, as we come forward to next year, please do tell us the fantastic stories of how your apprentices and the employers are doing such a marvelous job. Thank you also to all of you for joining us on this very special evening. I know many of you are here cheerleading on your organisation's staff and apprentices, And we really do appreciate it. You know, we couldn't do what we do without all of your support. And if there are things that we can do better, or things that you'd like us to do differently, or in addition to what we do, you know, we remain hugely open to that conversation. And we are here to make sure that we do everything that you need us to do. So please let us know. Please now, if you'd like to, stay for drinks, for canapes, and do have a chat with everybody that's here. And hopefully I'll look forward to speaking to as many of you as possible. So thank you very much. Just before we finish, two very quick announcements. The first thing is, if you're a winner, please could you come back to the stage? And secondarily, if you can hear me, please can you give a massive round of applause to all of the brilliant people that organised tonight's event. Thank you. Okay, can we get the winners up to the stage, please? Thank you.